Phew. Walking all over the place like that can really take it out of you. Glad we can get off our feet for a minute then. For the moment at least, Gransel seems like it's genuinely at peace. You really think so? I'm just glad that we can leave it all up to Dad and everyone else, at least for today. Of course, I really think it should be his responsibility to begin with, since he showed up so late. Yeah, I suppose so. Maybe it's just part of his nature. Oh well, it's not like we can do anything about it. But check us out. We're actually full braces now. Which means we're not beholden to any specific branch. We can go wherever we want. Anytime a branch is short-handed and requests help, we'll just take an airliner to get there. But our newfound freedom will also mean greater responsibilities. Sure, but I think we'll be able to handle it. I mean, hey, we actually played a major part in stopping a coup. And it means I'll never have to hear Dad going on about how it worries him when you're not around to keep an eye on me. Yeah, I think his days of saying that are at an end. It really showed him what you can do. Still, I think I'd like to stay with you from now on. Triple Dot? Huh? Oh, would I just get on your nerves? No, nothing like that. But what do you mean by stay with me? Just that we know each other so well, that we can practically read each other's minds. I think we make a good team. I'd hate to break it up. Oh, you mean like for bracer business? Yeah, I was thinking you were going to tell me your big confession or something. What? Nothing. Forget I said anything. Estelle, what was that all? Boy, it sure is hot out today, huh? And there's nothing to beat hot weather like ice cream, huh? It's my treat, just like I promised. So you wait right there. Oh. I don't think there's an ice cream stand over that way. Triple Dot. I wonder if she... Nah, there's no way. My, but I do envy your youth sometimes. Oh, crap. Professor Alba. It's been a long time since we last met, hasn't it? So much has happened lately, but things are finally settling down again. People truly thrive the most in peaceful times. Triple Dot. Oh, something the matter? You look a bit pale. I would have thought you'd generally be in better spirits, now that you've attained senior bracer status. Speaking of which, I truly must congratulate you on your success. So long as, of course, I'm not being too forward in doing so. Ever since we first met, you always made me really uncomfortable. A little more used to you now. But the camera's panning backwards. It's strange, but I still get the shakes a little bit whenever you look at me. Oh? And in all the cases we've dealt with, there have been people who just forget things. You're always there, investigating, no matter where we've gone. The timing's almost a little too good. Triple Dot. What really clued me in was Kurt's reaction. Lost his memories too. Said he wasn't feeling so well. He was in the stands. And you were right there with him. Triple Dot. I didn't make that connection. Professor Alba. Was it you? Impressive. Even with your cognizance and recollection being puppeteered, you were still able to piece it all together. Indeed, it was I. Triple Dot. Allow me to clear away your confusion. His eyes, then. Oh, hello. Oh. You're... So you finally remember me, do you? When your heart was in tatters, it was I who rebuilt you. I who restored it. It was I who poured a soul back into that empty vessel. I have the power to twist the minds and memories of men. The 7 snake apostles, the Angui, or one of them. Weissman, the faceless. I've not heard that name pass your lips in ages. Enforcer number 13. The Black Fang. Joshua Stray. You're behind all of this. Which means that Lieutenant Lawrence has to be... It is as you surmise. I was kind enough not to erase your memories of him. I'm not surprised you were able to make the connection so quickly. I'm sure he'd be pleased to know you were thinking of him. So you're here to finish me off? No, nothing of the sort. The first phase of our plan went off without a hitch. Since I have a moment to spare, I simply thought I'd come to see you. First phase? The seal in the old ruins. The gate which blocks the path to the ring. Wrenching it open was but the first step of many. And already there exists no means of closing it again. I knew this wouldn't be the end of it. The hell is the Shining Ring? The hell is this little society Start that again. And what is your little society after? If you really wish to know, why don't you rejoin? I'm certain that you're able to return to active duty in no time. You needn't look so glum. We can get you back into fighting form. Triple dot. Please spare me your withering looks. I do understand that you have a family now, whom you regard as important. You greatly admire your father, to say nothing of the girl you so adore. Even with him on our side, throwing those gifts away would be the actions of an idiot. And so I've come here to see you. I came to offer you true freedom from our association, as thanks for the integral role you so perfectly played. Which means that I must congratulate you, Joshua. You are already a free man. I am most grateful for the work that you've done over the past 5 years. What? Oh, don't be so boring. I was expecting a bit more cheer out of you at hearing such news. Perhaps there's a flaw in the design of your emotions. I've been helping you? What kind of bullshit are you expecting me to swallow? Oh, pardon me, I completely forgot to tell you. I never intended you to be an assassin, but rather a spy. What? The society abandoned you. You played on the pities of a noble-hearted man, and it worked. You were given a loving home. And while you were there, our contacts would check in on you from time to time, and you'd tell them everything. We're particularly interested in your reports on the movements of the Bracer Guild, as well as your intel on one Cassius Bright. But of course, you would remember having done such things as that. You were not yourself at the time. Cassius Bright, a strength bracer, was the foremost impediment to the success of this plan. I felt certain he would be quick to act in order to stop any coup d'etat that should occur. But through a detailed analysis of his behavioral patterns, we finally devised a plan that would lead him out of the country and out of our way. The intel you've unknowingly been feeding us has been most useful indeed. Oh. And so I must thank you again. The past 5 years have been of inestimable. Okay, help. No, you're lying. You have to be lying. All that time I spent with Estelle? Why are you so sad? Has your feigned ignorance not earned you a beloved family, as well as a happy home? If you say nothing, they will never know. However, 'tis the sort of thing that might weigh heavy on a fellow, since your fellow members of the Bright household are such good people. Perhaps a little too good for a monster such as yourself. However much you may muddle your behavior after a normal and decent person, you are no such thing. You must surely have noticed your ability to reason through and execute a solution to a problem, no matter the circumstances. Your physical strength and reflexes, better than an entire squadron of normal soldiers. You're my greatest creation, my human weapon. That is who and what you truly are. The Black Fang. You have no place in the lives of normal people. You'll never be happy in their presence again. You can't be. When it becomes too much for you, you're always welcome to return. To the Grandmaster Society of Souls. Back to Ouroboros. And that's it? He just wanders off? Is this my punishment? Sister? And that's who Agate was saying. Louve. It was Louve, wasn't it? What do I do? Oh. I don't know how to face him after all that. But I've kept him waiting for way too long. It's getting late too. Such an idiot. Need to learn to think before I open my mouth. What if Joshua figured me out? Gotta cool down. Feel like I'm stuck in perma-blush mode. Ah, Estelle, I thought I might find you around here somewhere. Hi, Professor Alba. Fancy seeing you here. Indeed. I was actually just speaking with Joshua. Thinking of Weissman, though. Weissman Army? Was that what it was called? Congratulations on your promotion to senior bracer status. Thanks. Is something wrong? I don't know. Something just seems different about you. It's got you looking so cheerful. Okay, you got me. To tell the truth, I have made several major advances in my archaeological research. You might say that it's put me in a good mood. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, sorry. The ice cream's going to melt, so I better get going. I'll see you later. Oh, poor Estelle. I see Cassius Bright's daughter. I think she's going to be quite a lot of fun. Hey, sorry it took so long. It was super crowded there, but I've returned with your valuable loot. Cool, thanks. Now we can eat like kings. Yeah. So about earlier. I want to apologize for that. I didn't mean to be so vague. It just wasn't an appropriate time for confessions, you know? Oh, sure. Didn't really mind so much. Well, when I gave it some more thought, it seemed kind of silly to try and rush things. We may be senior bracers now, but it just means that we have different work to focus on. We might have to really consider our future prospects. Right. If we get married, we'll have to think about raising children. I've got to stop getting so far ahead of myself. Well, it's evening already, so why don't we eat our ice cream on the way back? It's like, aw, Estelle, no. Everyone's probably waiting for us. Hey, Joshua. What is it? Did you have something you wanted to discuss about the future? No. I'll give you that idea. Come on, let's get back to the castle. Oh, I just want to hug her. It's like, oh no, poor Estelle. It's gonna be heartbreaking when she finds out. What's wrong, Estelle? You've been completely on edge for a while now. Something on your mind? Yeah. Hey, Shara. Did you think Joshua was acting weird at dinner? If anyone was acting weird, I'd say it was you. He was as calm as he ever is. Oh, yeah, but... Aha. I see, I get it. Get what? Can't keep secrets from me. I had a feeling about it, but I was wondering if you'd ever admit it to yourself. You're kind of falling for Joshua, aren't you? You can tell? It's pretty obvious. Sorry, hon. But I guess you haven't told him anything about this. No. Joshua's always picking on me, telling me what a dope I am. Not that I should be criticizing anyone, I guess. You're so naive. It's a wonder how you lasted this long. You need to learn to look a little deeper. Big sister is ready to begin your education in love, Estelle. I'm never asking you for advice again. I'm just kidding, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to tease. But you guys set out just when puberty was about to hit. It's only logical that you'd start picking up on feelings for each other. Oh, you think so? Traveling together just seems like such a petty reason for that kind of thing. I guess I've gotten a little more self-aware since we started all this. She has, which is why it's going to be heartbreaking. This isn't like me at all. You're the proverbial flower that refuses to blossom. Every girl feels that way. Shara, I don't want to lecture you, talk about this with you if you're not ready. But if you are, then what to say we have ourselves some girl talk, Would it help if I told you your fortune? Yeah, okay. Promise I'll listen to whatever you have to say. Okay. Alright. Time for your lesson, my protégé. Oh, Estelle, big sister is moved to tears. Second thought, never mind. But thank you, I do feel a little better. I'm gonna go see Joshua for a little bit. Oh? You're going to tell him? Not about that. There really does seem to be something weird going on with him. I want to see what that's about first. Aww. Well, you do seem to know him better than anyone else. I'm sure that everything will turn out just fine between you two. Maybe you can even just have a nice, calm discussion with him and be open about what's on your mind. I don't think I'm quite that ready yet. Okay, I'll see you later. Young love. They'll probably be fine. Huh? They're not here. Oh yeah, Dad's still in some meeting, I think. But where's Joshua? Joshua? Ah, he's out playing somewhere then. Ah, right, I can wander around. So I don't want to head up yet. There he is. Oh, can't get there. It is young Joshua's performance, is it not? Heard him play by the lake, but this is not merely playing, it is the weaving of melody, the chisel of a sculptor or brush of a painter. Been practicing, I surmise. Why do I have trouble with that word? He did play a lot when he was a kid. Played other songs, but this was the one he'd always come back to. Was it now? It's quite a surprise to hear Joshua play such a delicately beautiful yet obscure song. There are few enough Imperials who still remember it, much less Liberlians. Wait, so it's an Erebonian song? Indeed. The whereabouts of light. Very old Erebonian melody. Perennial favourite of the country folk, in fact. Oh, I had no idea. I sounded to that boy, only he could utilize such a sad and delicate melody to melt my heart, instead of shattering it. Dear, oh dear, Olivier. Olivert. By yourself today? Yes, a little bit. That sounded so pretty. Who's playing it? Oh yeah, he's never played harmonica for you before, has he? That's Joshua. Joshua? Didn't know he could play the harmonica. He's good. Yeah, he's alright. Too clumsy to play any kind of instrument myself. He's lucky to have that kind of talent. Sheesh. Tita's clumsy. What does that make me? Didn't know he could play the harmonica. He's good. That music takes me back. As if I've heard it back when I was a kid. Really? But you're originally from Revenue Village, right? Yeah. I got us a little sister there. Her name's Misha. Hey. No way, you've got a sister? Yeah, I've got a sister, so what? I ain't brother of the year or anything like that. That's what you're implying. Pretty much never go home, but guess maybe when I get some time I can drop by for a visit. I've successfully recovered the gospel thing Colonel Richard was using. The investigation of the sealed area is complete, and I've returned to Zeiss. I have to run a full series of experiments on it. It is weird, I'll give you. It's like nobody knows where or how it was made. Indeed. If you can determine its true form, you may never learn the meaning of the events that occurred. We can't. That occurred in the sealed area. My academic instincts are tingling, just thinking about how important an artifact this truly is. Tingling is generally good. Just don't get so wrapped up in it that you let yourself get kidnapped again, okay? Of course, we'll take every precaution. Been made certain the gospel itself has been placed in Cassius's care. There's no safer place for it. Would you not agree? Yeah, that's about about the best you're gonna get. Say the harmonica's pitch is incredibly clear. What if we could somehow reproduce it with orbments? Possibly. Hey, isn't that Joshua playing the harmonica? If you can hear it from here, then he must be playing it in the garden terrace. Now's your chance. Better get up there to him now, while the situation is just right. Yeah, I'd better. Better not. This is so not the time for that shatter. Ah, you're no fun. Did I miss this room? There's no one there. Okay, that's the room I started in. My room. Sin! Ah, Estelle, hello. Seems Master Cassius is still in conference, no? Yeah, seems that way. Second Lieutenant Lawrence and Captain Amalfi are still on the run after all. Reorganizing the military chain of command will probably take him a good long while. That's just one thing he's got to deal with. Pity. It's going to invite him for a drink. But I'm certain the Master will put every effort into catching them. I have complete faith in his abilities. Still, to think that Lawrence was going easy on us during the martial arts competition. If he hadn't been. Yeah, going for it the second time, it was like someone had flipped a switch. Except instead of an on-off, it was like strong, crazy strong. I mean, I know he used to be a Jaeger, but are all Jaegers as strong as he is? Well, he is experienced at least, and any soldier with experience is sure to be quite powerful. But his power is beyond words. Facing me is like going off to be slaughtered. It's suicide. A beautiful melody. Complements the evening spirits quite nicely. So I will say that, it's like, I like the fact we lost to Lawrence so quickly, so easily. It's like that's something I felt in Cold Steel, was like, the battles never felt like they matched where the story was. Just because it's like we were being, like, easy victories and here and there and all that type of stuff. Like, people didn't feel as powerful as they should. Here, it's like, dude, annihilate us. It's like, I like that. The harmonica sound like it's coming from outside. Maybe Joshua's at the garden terrace. Okay. I thought it would say that, but to be sure, you know. Just make sure. Oh, I'd expect Chloe to have been here. I thought it was going to wrap up everyone. Okay. Ah, there we go. So I was wondering for a second there. Helped the princess bake some tasty desserts earlier. They are scrumptious indeed. Please try some. With Her Majesty and the Princess reunited, everything feels right again, all in balance. It's all thanks to you. Can't express my gratitude enough for all that you've done. I'm so glad everything went smoothly at the Queen's birthday celebration. I won't let another Colonel Richard rise to power ever again. Between the Royal Guardsmen, General Morgan, and Colonel Cassius, make sure to set things right. My, how long have I rested? There are so many things I must do. Seems I shall be forced to part with my dearest Claudia again as well. Estelle, will you come take tea with me? Just finished baking some tasty treats to complement it. Perhaps that will sweeten the deal? I'm sorry, Chloe, I'm looking for Joshua at the moment. I see. Well, if you find him, please bring him as well. We can all take tea and dessert together. I'll be right here. Okay, thanks. It'll be lovely. When you're finished with what you're doing, be sure to come back here with Joshua. We can all take tea. Indeed. See, I'd have put him here. But they would have said that he was outside, wouldn't they? So it's gonna be on garden terrace area somewhere. I mean, I can hear it getting louder. Looks like it's over here somewhere. Hey, Estelle. Nice night, isn't it? Yeah. There's that song again. The whereabouts of light. I've lost a lot. This song and this harmonica have always been with me. I've been thinking about why I play it. Maybe it's a habit I should quit. I think I want to tell you what I was doing before I met you. Joshua? Okay. This may take a while. Do you mind? Not at all. I'll listen to whatever you have to say. Thank you. Once upon a time, there lived a little boy all by himself. He was the timid sort, relying on the kindness of others without a single redeeming trait. But he had people he cared about with him, so he was happy. But one day, something happened that broke his heart. He forgot how to speak, to feel, even to eat. All he could do was play his harmonica. No matter how hard his caretaker tried, nothing helped his heart to mend, and he grew weaker by the day. One day, a wandering magician appeared before the boy. "I will heal the boy's heart for you," he said. "Provided, of course, I am compensated." And so the boy was given over into the magician's care. As he attempted to piece that broken heart back together, the magician found that he could shape the boy's existence into anything he wished. And so the boy's new heart became that of a murderer. For 2 years, the boy killed every single day. Under cover of night, he murdered dozens of soldiers. He slit the throat of a national cabinet minister who was under heavily armed guard. Sometimes he used explosives, which maimed and killed innocent bystanders. At some point he became regarded as something more than a mere killer. He was known as the Black Fang, and the name struck fear into the hearts of men. One day, the magician gave the boy an assassination order. His target was a hero, a man who had protected his queen and nation from the threat of an invading northern country. He was a bracer who held a special rank, shared by only 3 others in the entire land. But the target was too strong. He defeated the boy with all the ease of a tiger swatting at a playful cub. At that moment, some of the magician's servants showed up. Since the boy's face had been seen, it was now a loose end to be tied up. But someone came to his aid and drove the attackers away. It was, of course, the man he had come to kill. It's at the beginning of the game. And so, the boy was taken to the man's house, where he met a young girl. He lived there for three years? No idea. He lived there for 5 years, always feeling like he was lost in some wonderful dream. In the real world, he would never be allowed to have such dreams. But all dreams must end at some point. Time was drawing near, when reality could be avoided no longer. And that's the end of my story. Thank you for being patient with me and listening. It's like, oh no, poor Estelle. Was all that real? Every syllable. My heart is broken. My hands will always be stained with blood. I failed in the assassination of your father. I've been betraying you for a long time. The boy can't be saved from his real purpose. His presence alone seems to bring disaster and misery. He's just tainted. boy set out on a journey, in hopes that he may keep his misfortunes from the ones he holds dear. He will find and stop the foul magician who created the life he has led. What? That's the last remnant of my human heart. I won't be needing it anymore. But I want you to take it. It's hardly an adequate way to thank you for the last 5 years. I can't think of anything better. Stop it. What? I said stop it. Stop talking about it like it was a dream. Make it sound like nothing that's happened was even real to you. What difference does the past make? Your heart is broken? What does that even mean? Estelle. Look at me. Look into my eyes. I've always seen that boy, in good times and bad. No matter how much the boy was hurting, I always saw how hard he'd keep holding on. Joshua, I love you. Oh, no. You can't just leave me on my own. My feelings won't just go away when you do. I won't let you. Estelle. Huh? Oh. Joshua. I mean, this just makes it worse. What was that? So bitter. Oh, you. It's just a fast-acting sedative. Don't worry. There are no side effects. Oh. Why? Why did you? My Estelle. You shine like the sun. My time for you was the happiest and the most painful I've ever known. Just as the brightest light casts the darkest shadow. You stayed with me. You'd find out just how disgusting my true nature is. Sometimes, I think it would have been better if we'd never met. Oh. But this time is different. I'm grateful that you came to see me. I hate that I have to run from a girl who's so important to me. But it's all I can do. But I want you to know that I'll always be thinking of you. Joshua. Joshua. Thank you. For everything. You had me from the first moment I met you. I've always loved you. Goodbye, Estelle. And there we go. Well, what's the best thing? It's hard to describe this ending because it's sort of like it's a really good ending. Let's put it like this: I absolutely love this game. There's no way around it. I absolutely adored this game. So I'll get onto that in a minute. I just want to speak my piece about the ending itself. It's sort of like it doesn't feel like an ending to me because I'm not done. It's like I can jump into the next game straight away, so it doesn't feel. I don't feel I'll have the same sort of impact others would. Is the best way of putting it. Just because it's sort of like I can carry on. But imagine if I had to wait 5 years or something like that. That would be what? Because then you'd have to wait, and I don't have to, and I like the fact I don't have to. So it's like the story's not done. Is the best way of putting it for me. So it's like it's nice that the story's not done and I can carry on and see what happens and continue. So I love that aspect, but it's still even knowing some aspects of it because of Cold Steel, it's like just heartbreaking for Estelle. I adore Estelle. I absolutely adore Estelle. I started to adore her about halfway through the game, but now it's at this point it's like she's so awesome. I just adore her. This is why I've got the Nendoroid of her, and like she's on my desk right now. I've got 2 Nendoroids on my desk. Like everything on my desk is relevant to me. Is the best way of putting it. It's like relevant. I feel it's important to me. I have what's it? I want to say figure, but that's not the right term. But I've got a statue replica of Deep Space Nine from Star Trek. Enterprise from Discovery, that version of Star Trek Discovery. Some planets, because it's got planets. I've got the Enterprise E, because the Enterprise, important, absolutely adore, love Star Trek. I've got NEP, Nendoroid of NEP, because, it's important. Got some, again, I want to say figures, but that's not, replicas of Red Dwarf and Starbug from Red Dwarf. That's why I keep going about on Rob or Ross and stuff like that. I keep mentioning that. And I've got a, sort of like this strange figure of sorts of a certain bounty hunter from a Empire Strikes Back. You might know who that is. It's like, because Empire Strikes Back, awesome film, awesome. And I've got a figure of Estelle already, because I know how important she is to me already. She's such a good character. So well developed, so absolutely fantastic. Heartbreaking ending here. It's strange she's still got a smile there, though. It's just... So I would say this game so far, out of all of the Legend of Heroes Kiseki that I've played, this one's my favourite so far. I feel like it might be a pattern for me, I don't know. That it just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. So it's like, I don't feel like I've got a final verdict on this yet, because I know, I can feel, I sense it. Everything about it within my being is like, the story's not done. I know that, I feel that. So I don't feel like I can give a final verdict on the story or anything like that, because it just doesn't feel right. But, in terms of the game overall, based on its time, when it was released, like what they were capable of, all that type of stuff. So I'm not going to compare it to like what it should be a Cold Steel or anything like that. That's not fair. That's not fair. So no, back at the time it was. It's like, how would I rate this? It's like, so if we do the same thing as Cold Steel, that's fair. It's sort of like a simple basis, like out of 10. How would I rate this? It's like, it's as coming from Cold Steel, that's the issue here. It's like coming from Cold Steel, I have a different perspective than most might have, especially Cold Steel 3. So it's sort of like how it impacts and everything and how it changes things. It's like, it's very much like I overlooked some problems with the game. Like there can be pacing issues with this game, but in my head, I overlook it just because of the simple thing of, I know the world. I love the world. I want to hear more, want to know more, want to discover more, want to find more. Even the NPCs were fantastic. But others would not be interested in that. So for me, it's very much that sort of like, I have to be devil's advocate. Even though I adore these aspects, I have to be devil's advocate here. And it's like, it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one, especially because I consider it like the best one I've played yet out of this series. It's like, ooh. Gameplay was fun, even though it was difficult at times because I was playing on hard. Music, absolutely fantastic. Music, amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I'm thinking with how I'm feeling with it and how excited I am to get onto the next one. And how much I adored Estelle. Even Joshua, I adore him, even though he's like, not adore him in the same way. It's hard to describe, but I think you know what I mean there. It's sort of like, with its little flaws here and there, I think it's only fair with how I feel with it to say this is a 9 out of 10. But, there's only one thing to mention here. We're only at Trails in the Sky because people told me to continue. We know what happened if you know my history. I'm not going to go into what it was. You know what happened in the original Cold Steel and still kind of happened throughout Cold Steel 2. You know what happened. You know my feelings that. You know what I did at the end of Cold Steel. You know what I did with the review score there. And why I did it. How important that was. And I still stand by that. Because that really, just, you know what happened. I still stand by that. But, so while them resulted in what happened, there was also the other side of the fan base. The good side of the fan base made me persist, made me continue, made me carry on loving this series and get where I am today. So because of that, the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, first chapter, gets a +1 bonus. Yes, it's a 10 out of 10. But of course, the game does have faults. Literally, there's a guy called Faults.